Turn our attention now to the story of a Nigerian child genius whose mastery of musical instruments is fast turning him to a wonder of his generation. In Lagos, Ola Awakan caught up with Motirolaoluwa Emmanuel, the 5-year-old prodigy who brings magic to his touch on the keyboard and his strokes on the drums.
He is only 5 years old, but his talent is not. It is on a level many would strive to achieve, perhaps after a lifetime of learning. This is the story of Motirolaoluwa Emmanuel, who displays an unusual talent on two of music's most popular instruments in Nigeria, pianos and drums. No denying the fact that Motirolaoluwa is mature in the use of his fingers to create a coordinated rhythm that suits the eardrum. I first spotted him at a talent hunt program called Gifted and Sent, organized by the Guided Missiles Church in Lagos to celebrate creativity. Even there, he was the youngest, but his act delighted everyone. I got fascinated by his confidence and his skill and decided to take his story beyond the floor of the talent hunt. Ogudu area of Lagos is where the gifted boy spends more time to train himself. His family was so excited to receive me, but he was even more delighted.
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good to be here.
Yes, sir.
As the best place to see him do his magic, I came to observe him in action and to hear from his parents how the boy started as a toddler. Born to an Ondo father and an Akwa Ibom mother, Motirolaoluwa's enthusiasm fascinated me as he offered to play the piano for me in his dedicated space given to him by his father's boss. I watched with amazement as he produced melodies. I tried to also see if I could make some sense out of my fingers on the keyboard, but Motirolaoluwa turned my new coach, quick to correct and teach me.
Play what you want to play. We are grateful. Roll your play. Motirolaoluwa Emmanuel has created a niche for himself as the youngest professional drum and piano child prodigy.
On the drums, the coordination of his hands firmly on the sticks and legs on the pedal to produce seamless rhythm was quite a spectacle. At every step, I watched him with rapt attention in awe as he sweated out on the drums. But how did the journey start and where is he headed with all the passion?
My daddy has it on a system. I will play with one stick, with 2 sticks. I'll just play 5-stroke rule. And I'll not struggle, I'll keep playing it. I can play flam, I can play butterfly, I can play 5-stroke rule, I can play 6-stroke rule, I can play rough, I can play automatic.
His trainer and some people have helped to inspire Motirolaoluwa as role models.
Getting to meet him and starting to train him, at first I wanted to start training him as a child, not wanting to show him complex things, But at the long run, I realized that after showing him the basic and going there to play complex things, in the name of rehearsing, so he watch, I then realized that, trust me, he's a very smart kid, like way smarter than I could imagine. So that was when I started infusing the complex things in him, and I saw that he executed them perfectly.
Rotimi Emmanuel is Motirolaoluwa's father. He makes a living as a sound engineer, and the Ondo State indigene explains how he discovered Motirolaoluwa's rare talent when he was just 5 months old.
I used to think it was when he was like 8 months, but then I saw the picture of the event because there's a story attached to it. And then we checked the date. It was actually when he was 5 months old. He could not sit by himself. I used to carry him on my laps. And then that period happens to be the time I was actually playing drums for a certain church. And it wasn't like I'm a good drummer. I was just looking at how to balance things up. So I started watching some tutorials so that I can meet up with my drumming. So whenever I'm watching my drums on the laptop and I happen to carry him in my hand, I notice he will just stop whatever he's doing. He's just focused, like he will stop moving, he will stop getting distracted. He's watching that video.
Esther Emmanuel is Motirolaoluwa's mother. As an educationist, she also corroborated her husband's statement of how Motirolaoluwa's gift has been a blessing to the family.
I noticed that at home, my pegs for drying clothes, he takes them and start drumming. And he will look for a surface, a metal surface that can make sound like that of drums. So you see him arrange metals. Sometimes he picks throw pillows, he puts them around, and he starts drumming.
Both parents are grateful for the bundle of gifts that God has given them in Motirolaoluwa and have tried to make him balance his passion with going to school.
When you allow your child to explore their talents, it opens their brain, not just to that one thing, but to many other things. He started reading books on his own when he was like 4.
When it's time for him to read his books, he reads his books. When it's time for him to do his homework, he does his homework. So there is no conflict at all with his gift and his schoolwork.
I also interviewed a pharmacist who has sustained his passion for music directing and instrumentation. Ola Awakan was one of the judges at the Gifted and Sent Talent Hunt program where I first met Motirolaoluwa.
To take more than a desire at that level of childhood to do what he's doing. While he was playing the instrument, what fascinated me was that I didn't find the gaps. I wanted to see the childhood manifesting there, but I didn't. I saw the intentionality of getting his notes right, which does not come with childhood. So I called the father, I asked him, does he play? How do you balance your child being on an instrument and your child being a child?
When he comes, sometimes he drop the bag, bam, run, open the door to the other side, sit down. He's there doing it. He's doing what he loves to do.
At that point, I was calm because I wanted to be sure it wasn't pressure either from the parents or from the peer group or from other influencers around him that is keeping him on, so he doesn't grow up to be a dysfunctional adult in the aspect of being balanced.
Music scholar Dr. Ola Awakan believes Motirola has an unusual gift that needs to be properly harnessed and encouraged.
I could see a young boy with passion, with tenacity, and with a vision. It's like he knows what he's there for. He's called progression. Those chords, the movements, were not just ordinary. So you look at it that a child who is so good at drums playing and who is also good at keyboard playing, it's not just ordinary.
Both Ola Awakan and Dr. Ola Awakan confess that his kind is rare. I needed to find out how he balances his gift with his performance at school.
When information got to me that Motirolaoluwa also displays his dexterity at the school assembly, I decided to come to see for myself. And to also know how he's able to manage between his academics and his talents.
See him on the drums even at school. I watched the various sessions at the assembly ground, after which I followed him to his class. Knowing that his mother teaches here, I knew that there would be a better level of supervision.
Motirolaoluwa, he's highly talented and he's intelligent. He does other co-curricular activities, especially drumming. In fact, he specializes in drumming. He's an expert. As a baby, most I begin to wonder how he learned how to drum. Also in the class, he does very well. He's brilliant, exceptionally brilliant.
Later, it was time for music session and his mother came calling. And we moved down to see how he would blend with others at school. Surprisingly, Motirolaoluwa, who has not officially started attending music classes, is better prepared for the task of playing with his seniors. His dexterity was also felt as he displayed on the drums and the piano. Mrs. Ame Peter is the head of school at the Redeemers Foundation School, Ogudu GRA. She confirmed that the boy's enthusiasm for musical instruments was noticed at a very tender age.
At the age of 2+, he was already trying, using several things, because we noticed that when it's time for drumming, he's very interested. He's interested to drum, even in class with pen. He can be drumming on the table and everything. And thank God for his parents who noticed his skill on time.
This discovery throws a light on the several other child geniuses I have showcased in the past. Nigeria has quite a number of them, and there are many more the world over who require special attention and nurturing by their parents and society to enable them explore their potential to the fullest. The Jacksons come to mind. But no doubt, Motirolaoluwa's gift is already making a way for him, and he looks forward to learning more musical instruments and to become a master of as many as he can. Ola Awakan, TVC News, Lagos.